This story is about a unique and highly successful approach to alleviating poverty in Africa, an approach that is really quite different than anything tried before. For the past 50 years, the continent of Africa has been a major center point for much of the world's humanitarian efforts. The Republic of Mozambique, located on the eastern shore of Africa, is one of the most poverty-stricken and underdeveloped countries of the world. Over the last 40 years, Mozambique has been ravaged by war and by armed conflict, which have stripped the country of infrastructure and economic activity. Severe flooding from cyclones in 2000 and 2001, coupled with regional droughts and more major flooding in 2007, leave Mozambique vulnerable and weaken its remaining stability. Poverty remains widespread, with more than 50% of Mozambican families living on just over $1 a day. Care for Life's mission is to transform impoverished families into self-reliant, sustainable ones.
What's happened in Africa is so much information has been lost that is normally passed from parent to child because of the wars and the AIDS epidemic, that many families have lost that normal information that's passed from parent to child. And what Care for Life is doing is teaching that information to the parents, to the children, and that information will then continue to be passed on from generation to generation.
To accomplish this, Care for Life has developed the Family Preservation Program. This program is implemented at the community level. It is a holistic approach that focuses on 8 areas simultaneously: education, health and hygiene, sanitation, income generation, food security and nutrition, psychosocial well-being, home improvement, and community participation. When each family in the community accomplishes the goals tied to these 8 areas, the families and the entire community achieves an unprecedented level of self-sufficiency.
Self-sufficiency is one of the major objectives of the Family Preservation Program, and it's essential actually, because when the families are dependent of government or dependent of other NGOs, when they cannot provide for themselves, this is when they become more vulnerable to the problems, to the poverty, to the effects of the poverty. So the objective of the Family Preservation Program is to bring families to a level of independence that they can be not only socially but economically independent, so they can provide for themselves. There is no self-sufficient in just one area, like I am economically self-sufficient or I am social or emotionally self-sufficient. Self-sufficient means needs to be a group of things, of skills, knowledge, attitude that will allow them to keep growing, progressing, and get out of poverty.